I'm looking at who reminds me of myself and Jay Cutler. I truly believe if Jay Cutler and I spent more time together and we played 10 years together, we would probably have gone down as the best duo in the history of the game. After my first touchdown, I remember going to Jay Cutler. We met in the end zone, and I said, Jay, Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning, they're at like 144 touchdowns. They connected 144 touchdowns. I said, that's number one. We got 144 something to go. All right? That was my goal. That was my vision. So I'm looking at the nonverbal communication. I'm looking at guys when they look at their quarterback and they say, yee. That's all they say is, yee. And the quarterback knows exactly what he's about to do. I'm about to do the opposite of what the coach told me to do. Are you with me? So that last play that we just showed, that's a perfect example of those guys being on the same page. This is simple sprint right option. He has one option for real. That is to throw the ball in the flat to get the first down or get the touchdown. That is it. This is a traditional play. Everybody uses it in their third down packages and their red zone package. He actually went sprint right. He pivoted, and then he came to the left. I said, oh, my goodness, Brian Daboll, he is getting creative. How do you innovate on sprint right option? And then after the game, Josh Allen said, no, that wasn't the play. I just had to go make something up. And then what do you see? You see Stephon Diggs actually run a route that looks like they drew this up on the sideline, or they practiced this all week. This duo is scary. And, Nick, here's why they're scary. It's their first year. Those other guys been playing together for a couple years. How are they doing this? Leading the league in receiving yards in year one. I got to go with them, but I could easily be wrong, Nick.
No.
Well, I'm going to let Wilds go, buddy, because there's a lot to unpack.
I'm going to go.
What Brandon just said. Wilds, you go.
No, I know. Well, I'm not even ready to let Jenna go for her cheese curds that she keeps throwing under the bus. So there's like the takes keep getting hotter as the show goes on. I was trying to make one here.
Home Depot. Okay.
Cheese curds thing.
Go.
Stop ripping on cheese curds. Okay. All right. There's one answer. There's one answer, and everybody knows it. Nobody wants to say it because everybody likes the new hot thing. We know there's one answer. And he's only got 7 touchdowns this year. Second most on the team. He's only got 600 yards. But when you talk about combinations, Nicholas, there's one that when he spikes the ball, you say, ooh, that feels good. That feels like the old dynasty.
Oh, no.
That's what the answer is, and you know it. It's not emotional. It's just the statistics. It's just the statistics, guys. If you want to say that math is no longer a relevant factor of truth, that's your call. But they've got the most touchdowns by any receiver duo. Don't get me wrong, Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen have 8 total touchdowns, so 88 more. He would be right there if we want to put 8 touchdowns on there as well. That's fine. I can't believe. But these are the guys. It's the best wide receiver duo.
Go ahead.
Even though he's tight end.
Wait
Receiver
to show
duo.
my graphic
Don't
for
let
a
that.
second.
Don't let that script tape.
The reason Brandon, for the record, threw it to me was because I was originally supposed to respond to Brandon. But I assumed my teammate Kevin Wilds was going to jump on the most interesting thing Brandon said, which is that Brandon truly believed that he and Jay Cutler were going to pass Montana and Rice as the greatest duo ever. You're like Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning.
Statistically.
Joe Montana and Jerry Rice are sitting there and just like, what? Okay, statistically, fair enough. I mean, Jerry Rice, I think, had 4 touchdowns last season. Like, what are we doing? Montana and Rice watching the show from Palatial Estates saying, the hell happened to us?
Listen,
you
Nick,
wanted the record.
Nick, what I wanted was the vision that I had in 2007 was Wilds. I was going to be on First Things First, and Wilds was going to throw up this graphic, and he's going to show, as far as most touchdowns, they're going to see Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning, and then you're going to, we're going to be right above them. That's what I thought was going to happen.
I got you. No, I got it. I was so blown away. And then Wilds is like, hey, what about this duo that was awesome in 2013? So I'm gonna keep with the rules. And first of all, I'm gonna keep it to receivers, and I'm gonna keep it to this season. So can we show the 6 best duos? Let's just show them, and let's try to eliminate it down. Breeze and Michael Thomas have to be taken off because Michael Thomas has been hurt all year. So now we're down to these 5. The next one that I'm going to remove, because I believe no matter what the numbers are, I think of those 5 quarterbacks, this guy is the 5th best. And of those 5 receivers, this guy is the 5th best. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, you're out. Kyler and DeAndre. Now I could have flipped Kyler and DeAndre and Allen and Diggs, but Kyler and DeAndre are the easy ones next to go because part of the quarterback wide receiver duo is, so Kyler and DeAndre can go, is quarterback part as well. So now we're down to these 3. At the beginning of the year, it looked like it was Russ and DK, but they have Russ has fallen a bit, DK's fallen a bit, so now they've got to go. So now we have your 2 best quarterbacks and maybe your 2 most dangerous receivers. I'm going to remove Mahomes and Hill. I think Rodgers and Adams are the best 2. And here's why. And here's why.
That was not easy for you. Bravo.
It's not, but here's why. Every single game the Packers play, the defense says we have to stop Davante Adams first. Some games the Chiefs play, the defense says we have to stop Tyreek. Some they say we got to stop Kelsey. So Tyreek has the benefit that he's not always the guy opposing defenses are trying to stop. Every time the Packers play, it starts with stopping Davante Adams, and you move out from there. Because of that, and because the numbers are so similar, I think they've been the best duo. I've got to give them credit. And the Josh Allen fans, God, they're going to hate me even more. But sorry.
I just don't like that you had them
that's what the Davis said. Well, okay, so maybe at best I got him 4. Sorry, Jenna. Go ahead. We can talk about this more later. But that's the numbers.
And we're going to talk about this more later, but we have to move on. Why? Because it is Wednesday. Why? Because Nick's committee of 8 met late into the night. Why? Because when we come back.
First Things First is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. Go.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to First Things First. Jenna Wolf, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wildes. We actually have a jam-packed show. A lot going on this Wednesday morning. We're going to start with a big decision that was made in Pittsburgh yesterday that can affect a lot of things now in the NFL getting ready for this Week 17. So we're going to start in Pittsburgh, where the Pittsburgh Steelers made the announcement we thought they might make yesterday. They're going to sit Ben Roethlisberger Sunday against the Browns. They've already won the division. They can finish no worse than 3rd now in the AFC, and Big Ben's big arm could probably use some big rest. So the Steelers will turn to Mason Rudolph in what will be a rematch of that ugly brawl with Myles Garrett last year. But, Brandon, let's focus on Mike Tomlin's decision here to rest Big Ben ahead of the playoffs. You like this move?
I love this for a veteran player, for an aging player. Absolutely. Big Ben said this a couple weeks ago, and look, before I even jump into what he said, we always have to take Big Ben's comments with a grain of salt because Big Ben is a drama king when it comes to injuries, when it comes to his body.